Hey everybody, and welcome back to the vlog. Today I'm going to give you an update on, you're not supposed to do this. In Hollywood, you're not supposed to talk about a deal before you put pen to paper. But nonetheless, I got a YouTube channel and my viewers deserve to be kept up to speed. And that's exactly what we're going to do. On March 18th, 2024, I met one of the biggest Hollywood producers at the Beverly Hills Hotel on Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, California, with my attorney. Who's my attorney? This guy's got the coolest name ever. I wish I had this name. This guy's name is cool. He is the attorney that represented me during my $5 million lawsuit against Danielle Staub from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And boy, I couldn't have been more happy with choosing my attorney and friend, I hope, named Thomas Rocket. Now, his name isn't just Thomas Rocket. How could he be, being the greatest lawyer ever? He is none other than Thomas Rocket the Third. Tom Rocket the Third. I just love that name. And if any of you guys in the LA Ocean County, California need a lawyer, look him up. He is the bomb. So on Monday night, we met with this producer. Let me give you his credits without giving his name or the name of the studio. I don't want to break it down. So this is his credentials. He is among the most successful producers in Hollywood with over 250 films and TV series listed in his producer credits in 2021. This guy, CEO of this production company, which I don't want to say, had some of the biggest movies in Hollywood. For over 30 years, his career working with all studios, as well as, I don't want to, Woody Harrelson, John Travolta, Kim Basinger, Nicolas Cage, Van Claude Van Damme, Bruce Willis. We all love Bruce Willis. God bless Bruce Willis for what he's going through right now, health-wise. God bless him. So anyway, and he began his producing U.S., because he's from another country, U.S. television movie series in the 90s. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. That's who I had a meeting with. And I'm going to be telling you guys about the entertainment industry, the movie making process, and what it entails, and how excited I am. I'm not counting my chickens before their hats. And as I said before, you're not supposed to talk about a deal until, again, pen gets put to paper. But the reason I'm going to say this, because this is a deal. Now I've had many movie options. So let me give you guys a little schooling about the movie industry when you're going to be making a book into a feature film. Okay? A $50 million theatrical feature film. And I've been in this business for 30 years, and I met some people I wish I didn't, but nonetheless, I met a lot of celebrities and met a lot of producers. Dick Wolf from television series Law and Order, he had it when he had my option when it was with Universal, which was my first movie contract to convert my book into a feature film. So let me tell you about how the movie process worked. And a lot of people are going to say, hey, well, how come you had so many movie deals and it never got made? Well, fuck, man, I'm going to tell you why it never got made. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to explain how it goes. And how this deal, verbally, between my attorney, the producer, and the studio sent the producer to get the rights to Cop Without a Badge and My Life Rights, Kevin Marr. This is how the movie process works when you're talking about a book. All right, the studio will option the book for an 18-month period to develop the book into a screenplay. Now, once or twice, the screenplay wasn't finished in the 18 months, and then they had in the contract, there's some of my contracts right here. This is a Paramount contract, and look how thick it is. These are the attorneys that are involved, and just look on how many pages this is. 300, phone book. So this is the movie making process. So anyway, so yeah, the one, I don't know if it was the Paramount, the Universal, the Sony, I don't remember which one it was, but when they weren't finished developing the book into a screenplay in 18 months, then they had the right to do it again. So now you're looking at 36 months. And then let me explain. So when the studio and the producers hire a screenwriter, that guy's got carte blanche. He reads the book, bullshit. I even had one of the screenwriters by the name of Dale Hurd fly out to New York to meet me for a week, and that fucking he just anyway. So this is what they do. This is what they do. They get the concept, the treatment. They read the treatment, which is a little small synopsis of who I am, what I do, and why I did it. And then they generate a script. When the script, which is $500,000 to $750,000, depending on what screenwriter they hold, once the script is done, it goes up to the board of the studio. Now, the studios, for all you people think that studios make movies, they don't. They finance movies. Once they're made, then they finance them further with, they go on the movie tour thing, advertisements, billboards. That's what they do. Studios are nothing but movie banks. They're the ones with the dineros, and big ones at that. So once the script is written, it goes up to the board, and they discuss the script and the type of script it is. And then they will want to know what the last movie that was similar to this story did at the box office. Well, there's never been a paid confidential informant in the world that's written two books, never. So that bothered them, where they couldn't say, well, that movie that is similar to this story made X amount of dollars at the box office. So that comes into play. So that was a big strike against Cop Without a Badge. Big strike. And then, of course, they do not read the book. They read the screenplay. They don't even look at that. What they're really doing is buying the title. That's what they're buying. So some of these scripts were just so bad, I wanted to choke one of the friggin' producers. I depicted my mother as a drunk, depicted me as some flunky. I mean, it was terrible. It was terrible. So when it goes up to the board, every board member has to go thumbs up like a jury, just like a jury at a trial, before they greenlight the project and send it off. So that didn't happen multiple times in the past 30 years. So now don't forget, every option is either 18 months or 36 months. Then they have this thing called a turnaround agreement. And that's for 1 year. That means that once the 18 months or the 36 months passes, then the rights revert to the author and me, as we both are equal share 50-50 on everything. So, but in the next year, when the rights revert to us, if any other studio wanted to buy the project, they can't without having to pay them $750,000, $250,000 to me and Kips. I got technical consultant, $75,000. All of this money had to be paid back within the first year of the rights reverting back to the owner, me and that guy Kips. Okay, so now you understand that. So that's why it takes so long for a movie project to go, because all of these studios option first, develop the script, and then they, meaning all their executives, decide whether or not to drop $50 million to do it. And it never happened. And it never happened because all of those scripts that were produced, Universal, Sony Pictures, Sony, all those production studios, all of them, I forgot where was I? I just get so mad. So in other words, all of them passed on it. So let me tell you the big difference between all of those options and what me and this producer was talking about. He's not talking about optioning Cop Without a Badge and My Life Rights. He's not just talking about optioning. In fact, he's not interested in optioning it because he's already got the money from the studio and he wants to make it and purchase it. Now, once they purchase the rights, they own it and they can do whatever they want with it, basically. That's what makes this meeting that I had with this producer. Wow. It was the wow factor. Plus I had two, and it took us to me, my lawyer, and the producer had a wonderful thing. And Mr. Producer, thanks for a great time. Thanks for that Merlot. I mean, I had 2 glasses of Merlot, but damn, they were in a friggin' glass that you could house a family of goldfish. I mean, it was like a big, and I was whacked when I got out of there. I had to go around. Anyway, and I digress. So thank you for that wonderful dinner. I had pasta with lobsters and big friggin' shrimp at the Beverly Hills Hotel. It's so great story. So this guy isn't interested in optioning anything. He wants to go into production like now. The studio told him, do not come back without the rights. So he already spoke to Charlie Kips, and it looks like Charlie's going to do the treatment now. And whether or not they decide to hire him as the screenwriter, I don't know. But he knows me and he knows the story better than other. We've had our ups and downs in the past. And anyway, but you know, it is what it is. He and I are married to this project. So where was I? So then the big shot producer tells me this. Now, usually on every one of the other options, I had my life rights and I had the book rights and I had technical consultant. I would be technical consultant on the set, on the writing of the script, on correcting things that probably didn't sound right, you know, getting an actor to book with my Bronx accent, my Irish Bronx accent. Let's not forget that. So he throws this in. Like both me and my attorney were kind of shocked. Now, my attorney is not an entertainment attorney, but I mean, a contract is a contract is a contract. And the other thing that was, you know, I digress. The other thing that he said, look how thick these contracts are. That's one contract. Look at, so he told me, no, this studio, our contracts are 6 or 7 pages. So you know, it would cost me like 10 grand for my lawyer to go through this contract. But now he's telling me 6 to 8 pages, standard contract, blah 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 blah. You know, anytime you got a contract this big, it's just to screw you. It's just to give them. You don't know what you've signed. When these contracts would go to my agent back then, the Fifi Oscart agency in New York, Fifi, God bless her soul, would go through the contract as the standard contract came in, and she would, let me see if I get one of these things where she would cross it out. She would literally go, okay, this, look, it's gonna make me look stupid now. I'm already fucking stupid. She would go, nope, don't want that. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I want to show you what she would do. Okay, perfect example. The standard contract would come back reading like this, right? It would read like that. And she would just cross, this is Fifi, who's past 10 years. She would cross that out and put in what she wanted. This was paramount. This was paramount. And she would send it back to them. And then this guy, I think it was John Goldwyn. I'm not sure if Goldwyn was, anyway, he was like the big shot. She would cross things off because she knew that they wanted this so bad. They were biting at the bit, waiting for the universal option to expire. Boom. And she would just cross shit off, getting me everything. Everything. She was looking out for me. God bless her soul. I loved her. So where was I? I totally forgot where I was. Telling you about the options. So now we're at the dinner table. I'm friggin' drunk, you know. To all my Irish viewers out there, you know, one of the things that Irishmen love to brag about is how much they can hold. Well, I could split a 6-pack with you, and I would be buzzed on 3 beers. So this big wine, this glass was, I have a big hand, right? And that's melted that shit down. So then out of nowhere, I can tell that this guy he was very honest, that he was not to leave that table without having a handshake. And I go, okay, we're going to agree to this. Especially after I tried to be cool. It don't mean nothing to me. Can you imagine an asshole like me being the executive producer of a multi-million-dollar theatrical feature film? But that's what he said he wanted to do. That they forget about technical consultant. They want to make me the executive producer, which would give me movie credits in IMDb, which means who knows where this could go. So I just wanted to explain to you guys how the movie process worked and how this potential deal, I mean, we had a handshake. I mean, how this potential deal was different from all the rest of them over the past 30 years. If you found this story interesting, which I think it is, it's not about crime or anything like that, but and I'm going to pick up where I left off. But if you guys found this interesting, before I go into that, so let me tell you what my idea was 3 years ago after seeing Sammy the Bull Gravano's YouTube channel. And he got up there, and what he was doing was telling stories, and he was getting a whole shitload of views, and he was making money. I've never made any money on this channel. It was never about Kevin making money. Kevin is financially secured for the rest of his life, and so is my daughter. So it was never, ever about the money. It was never. It was all about producing a product that people would enjoy, and to give me the exposure of my book, Cop Without a Badge. Full well knowing there are producers and studios and even actors that scan the internet looking for material, because you cannot have an Academy Award winning writer. I don't care how many Academy Award winning actors you put in it, Academy Award winning directors, producers. I don't care if you have all of that. The foundation of every movie, of every book, is the story and the people in them. And so, and this story, you know, the more I tell these stories, going back sometimes 50 years, I look back at almost 70 years old, and I think, what the hell? I mean, I can't believe the things that I've done. That I can't believe I'm still alive. How many times I was in gunfights and things like that. But I believe. So anyway, getting back to why I did the channel, I thought for sure that a producer will eventually see this and it will trigger a movie deal. But one of the first questions I asked the producer was, "What, did you see me on YouTube? No. What did you get did you read my book? Nope, nope. It was the studio. They just said, go out, get that, buy it, we want it." And just the way he said it, like we're not leaving here until we get a handshake or eventually put pen to paper. So it was not the book that got this movie. I don't know what you want to movie meeting over a very expensive dinner. That must have cost him $1,000. That must have cost him $1,000. I don't know how much that wine was. Boy, was it sure good. It wasn't my $20 bottle of wine I buy when I eat my fucking sauce in a jar spaghetti. It wasn't one of those at all. It was like, oh shit, it was like a big shot. But anyway, so this deal is not like, and another thing, every time you sign one of these contracts, every time you sign it, you know it's going to be 3 years before it ever goes to pre-production. You know it's going to be years and years and years. Not the way this guy's talking about it. They already made up their mind. They have the financing. They have everybody. They even got it. He was even talking about an actor that's going to play me. Now this guy's 27 years old. He was a star on a Nickelodeon show. I don't know who the hell he is, but if you guys Google that, maybe you can find out and give me a comment in this comment section, who you might think it will be. So if you enjoy the content and you know, you like the shit, the channel, whatever, where are you going to get a channel like this? I don't know. Oh yeah, I know. Nowhere. So click the button, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. And I'll see you guys on the next one.